On my way to my first allergy appointment to get desensitized to this progesterone, so I'm running late. So hopefully it all goes well. We'll check in at the end. So that's pretty irritating. I drove all the way there just to find out that the doctor's at a different location today, which they did not tell me. So now I have to drive to a different location that's like 2 minutes from my house to get this done. I'm like, why wouldn't they tell me, oh, by the way, he's at a different location that day? Like when they made the appointment, they did not tell me that whatsoever. So, okay. And then I have an appointment in a couple of days too, so I'll have to double check to see what location he's at on that day so that I don't drive somewhere wrong. Now I'm late to my appointment. Get it together, people. So skin test has been done. They just did it. So this is just the skin test of the full dosage of progesterone, depending on how I react to this. And they'll do like under the skin, or like, I don't know, this stuff. Which is diluted progesterone of what I brought in. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I've had all 4 skin testing and then the 3 different strengths. And we'll see. So far, looks good. Regardless, he said we're doing the desensitization, but so far, makes me kind of feel like, did I make that up? I mean, I didn't, but like, I don't know. We'll see. The whole thing just kind of feels like, well, anyway. Okay, so I'm all done. The testing went fine. Are we getting this? I got the 1 skin poke, which came back negative, and then I got 3 different concentrations of and it was just right under the skin testing. And he is gonna call the top dose positive. So the fertility clinic gave me the progesterone, as opposed to like picking up a prescription. I went down and picked it up from them, and she said it's good through the end of the month. So I just took her word for it, didn't even like look at the vial, and sure enough it expired like a week and a half ago or something. I'm like, and he's like, so, and he didn't see that until after we did all the testing, which isn't a big deal. And he's like, but that's probably why it's not showing as like very much of anything. He said if it wasn't expired, it would probably be better. Like, I would probably see more of a reaction. I'm like, oh, of course, I'm sorry. Anyway, I felt dumb. So I actually have my prescription though for when I'll be taking it. And I'll bring that when we do the desensitization. That, however, is a whole other story. They had me coming in. They had my appointment all set for the desensitization. I can't say that word. And but the thing is you have to start, after you're desensitized, you have to start taking the progesterone like literally the day after, and have to take it every day. Otherwise, it doesn't work, which makes sense. But they had my appointment like a week, the desensitization appointment, a week before I was even supposed to start the progesterone. And I was like, I'm supposed to start the progesterone on a Sunday. Well, the allergy clinic is not open on the weekend, so I can't go and get desensitized on a Saturday. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I called the clinic and left a message and just said, hey, I can't take start the progesterone on that day. I need to start it on a different day. So hopefully that's not gonna be a big deal. I don't know, we'll see. The nurse, I just left a message with the nurse, so we'll see what she wants me to do, whether they want to bump it and I like lose a couple of days and take it late, or gain a couple of days and take it early. I don't know, we'll have to see what she says. So holy cow. And the desensitization takes 2.5 hours, and I will get 6 injections. 6 intramuscular injections. We thought 1 a day was bad. 6 injections in my butt, half hour apart. But if it works, it's worth it. I just am like, holy cow. So I will be like bringing my laptop and editing videos or something, which is great for your guys' benefit. So anyway. Oh my gosh. You know, people have sex and get pregnant. Did you know that that's a thing? It's crazy to me that that's a thing. So after my appointment, I talked to the fertility clinic nurse. Sorry, late. And they actually want to move my transfer based on everything that went down with the allergy clinic and having to desensitize the day before I start progesterone. The allergy or the fertility clinic wants to move my transfer up by like, I don't know, 3 days, which isn't really a big deal, but it's funny. It feels like a big deal. Suddenly it feels way sooner. It was really only 3 days, but anyway, so we're moving my transfer up 3 days, which means everything gets bumped. She was like, do you want me to send you a new calendar? I'm like, no, I think I got it. I'm like writing all over my calendar. So progesterone, I'll start earlier. And I said, so what happens, like, because, you know, I started the estrogen based on a transfer 3 days later than what the original or what the new transfer is going to be. And I'm like, well, what happens if the lining of my uterus is not ready? Based on ultrasounds and blood work and all that stuff that they do beforehand. And because I will not have been on the estrogen or the estrase. What am I taking? Estrase. For as long as they wanted me to be on it. And she said, if it's looking like it's not, she's like, I think you'll be fine. But if it's looking like it's not going to be thick enough, she's like, there's a, I don't remember what she specifically said. It was something like an estrogen suppository, basically. I think you just take it once. That's kind of how she made it sound. She's like, you take that and then it'll thicken right up. It like, just like that. And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, why don't we just always use that? Instead of taking estrase for a couple of weeks, why don't we just, I'm sure there's fine print to that, right? But so she said we should be fine. It's not a big deal. We will get the lining worked out so that we will be prepared. The other thing I thought of today was, she's never said anything about a trigger shot. And it's been a minute since I did a medicated cycle. And I can't remember if I did a trigger shot with my medicated cycle. And so I Googled it, which I try not to do when it comes to fertility stuff, but I Googled it. And it looks like it's like hit or miss. Some people do trigger shots, some people don't when they're like doing the like the estrogen and the progesterone. So I guess we're not doing it because she hasn't said anything to me about it, and it didn't even occur to me to like ask. I totally forgot about it. So we're not doing a trigger shot. It's not on my calendar. I don't have the prescription, so I guess we're just moving forward. There apparently on the Google there are some benefits to doing a trigger shot. Like it can, I don't really know, and that's probably just, who knows for sure, right? But we're not doing it, so it doesn't matter. So we are now a week and a half out from the transfer, which is crazy. I'm excited. I'm nervous, as I should be, but I'm excited. I'm excited to have it. It feels like it's come fast, but it also feels like it's taken forever to get here just because we've done the Lupron and like it's just been a whole process. Originally, before we were ever going to do the egg retrieval, I was going to do a transfer like 2 months ago. So didn't work out that way, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm grateful for these new little embryos, and hopefully one of them will stick. I mean, genetic tests, it should be like foolproof, right? Should like weed everything out. We should be like golden sailing from here. So anyway, crossing our fingers, hoping everything works out. We'll know for sure in a week and a half. Not looking forward to the desensitizing. 6 shots. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it'll be fine. I'm grateful that there is an option, because I really wanted to do medicated. I wanted to be on progesterone shots as opposed to just what I've been doing the last other few cycles, because that clearly has not worked. So anyway, okay. Week and a half.